Cue the music that's not the Bob's Burgers theme song, but I wish it was. Hey guys, it's Dom, and today I'm bringing you a library haul. I went to the library to read my book in silence, but it was not so silent. In the middle of reading, I was like, you know what I want to read? The BFG by Roald Dahl. I haven't read that in forever. And next thing you know, I checked out like 6 Roald Dahl books because I am a child, and another book. So I'm gonna go show you. But I'm not gonna do it here because I don't want to. So I'm gonna go show you in another room. This is me pretending I know how to snap, but I can't. I have to use these 2 fingers. Alright, so here I am in my living room. My selfie stick is being held up by Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows and Les Mis, because I'm trash. And I have all my library books here, because I have no self-control. Ooh, this is all falling. So I have 6 Roald Dahl, and then 1 by a guy I'd never heard of, E.R. Frank. Or maybe it's a woman, I don't know. It says a novel by the author of Life is Funny. So we'll get into that. Let's begin. Okay, so the first book we have is The Twits by Roald Dahl. It's kind of dark. Oh shit. But anyway, I actually never heard of this book before, so that's why I picked it up. It's very short, it's only 76 pages. And it's just about these people who are the smelliest, nastiest, ugliest people in the world. And they like to make bird pies. And they have monkeys called mugglewumps. They make them stand on their heads, and then the mugglewumps and the birds decide to get revenge. Sounds like a typical like Roald Dahl children's book, so I'm excited about that one. Okay, I hope that's better. I fixed the lamp. A little washed out, but oh well. The next book we have is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I read this before in like 5th or 6th grade it was, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The only reason I did pick this up though is because I have the sequel, and I'm like, I should probably reread this before I read the sequel. And from what I remember, the Johnny Depp version of this book, like the movie, Johnny Depp's movie, was actually a lot closer. Could be wrong though, I'm gonna make that judgment when I read this again. So, I'm looking at the screen, I'm not even looking at the camera. Sorry guys. But yeah. Charlie gets the golden ticket and he gets to visit a chocolate factory. And havoc ensues. Alright, so the next book I have is Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. And I never read this. I actually keep forgetting Charlie and the Chocolate Factory has a sequel. And just from what I read of the synopsis, I guess like Willy Wonka's really bad at flying his glass elevator. And all of Charlie's family is stuck inside and they go to space is what I took it from, because it says they visit a space hotel and other space things and whatnot. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued because it sounds nothing like a factory. The next book I got is Danny the Champion of the World. And this is actually another Dahl book I'd never heard of until I was looking at his shelf. And it's just about a father-son story. The son had a great life, but then a secret comes out, and then his father and him go on an adventure. So that actually kind of sounds fun. It sounds like another typical Dahl book too. Also, can we appreciate the artwork in these books? Whoever his artist is, I mean, the artist is always Quentin Blake. Quentin Blake is amazing. I love his art. I also have the wonderful story of Henry Sugar and 6 more. And this book just consists of multiple short stories. I already forgot what Henry Sugar was about. Henry Sugar is a man with an amazing talent. He can see with his eyes closed. But will he use his power for good or personal gain? Find out in the wonderful story of Henry Sugar, one of 7 short stories in this extraordinary collection. And there's just more. And looking through the book, I've read some of these growing up, and some of them I did not, so sounds like an adventure. Last Roald Dahl book I got is the BFG, and I don't remember if I read this as a kid. I definitely knew of the story as a kid, but I don't know if I read the book. So I'm excited to indulge myself in this. I did watch the movie recently, and it was really, really cute. So yeah, it's just about this little girl gets kidnapped by a giant, and then you find out that the giant is actually the runt. And I don't know what else to say without spoiling it. Yeah, but then there are 9 other giants that are like out to eat her because they can smell her stuff. So yeah, and they're really mean to BFG. So excited to get into that one. And then the last book I got is America by E.R. Frank. And the fact that this is called America is what grabbed my attention. Forgot what it was about, so let me just read the synopsis. By age 15, America has already been nowhere, been nobody, separated from his foster mother, Mrs. Harper. A runaway living for weeks in the mall, then for months in Central Park, a patient at Applegate, the residential treatment facility north of New York City, and now at Ridgeway, a hospital. America is a boy, he thinks to himself, who gets lost easy and is not worth the trouble of finding. But Dr. B takes the trouble. With a biting care, he nudges America's story from him. An against the odds story about America's shattered path with his mother and brothers. About Browning, a man in Mrs. Harper's house who saves America, then betrays him. About a big-hearted, hard-headed girl named Liza? I don't know. And Ty and Fish and Wick and Marshall and Ernie and Tom and Dr. B himself who care more than America does about whether he lives or dies. Yeah, I've read multiple synopsises like this before, so it was definitely just the spine. I'm holding it upside down. It was definitely just the spine and the fact this has big font that caught my attention, to be honest. But I'm actually excited to indulge in this. Skimming through it, it's very, very dialogue heavy, and I don't know how I feel about that, so we will see. And this is the last book I got, so yeah. And that's all I have for today. I was not supposed to get these books, but then I'm reading Les Mis, and I was like, wow, this is a great book, but I really, really need a break from this tiny, tiny font and very adult style. Adult style is fine, it's just sometimes my brain needs a break, and I need to read, like, children's books, as you can tell. So I got those, and my plan is to read Les Miserables by day, and then a library book by night. I could probably get through these very fast, especially because I typically, like, normal books. Les Miserables, I don't do this because I want to take my time to actually understand everything Victor Hugo has to say. But when it comes to, like, I don't want to say normal books, but like a regular old book, I typically push myself to read 100 pages a day, and sometimes that's no problem. So I know this book could definitely finish this in a day, probably finish Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and its sequel in a day, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, so if you liked it, give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, do whatever, do all that good stuff. We're going to continue with the awkward endings because I still don't know how to end videos on a good note. So we're going to continue these awkward endings until I can figure it out. Yeah. And I will see you guys for the next video. Ciao a tutti. Don't you want to live your life? How much longer are you gonna give in? This is crooked. But the last book I got is called, still crooked. We're gonna redo that.